Welcome back, everyone. This is Return to Tennis. We're out today testing out a racket. We've been playing it for about a month now. We played it in matches, and it is the Tfight, the Technifibre Tfight RS 305. Caught it on a sale at a store here locally called Match Set. Fantastic store. The widest selection of rackets and strings that I've seen anywhere in the area. They also have stores not just here in Columbus, but also up in Cleveland and Dayton. And they carry a lot of rackets that most other local places are not going to have. And their string selection is probably on par or bigger than Tennis Warehouse. It was really quite impressive. And their stringing prices are unbeatable. But in any case, they had this on clearance. $129. I was like, yeah, I think I'll try it. I was a little skeptical when I grabbed it because it comes in with a spec that is very similar, that was ugly, to the Yonex E-Zone Tour. The E-Zone Tour is a 62 RA, 4 points headlight, and runs probably at about 335 plus grams, especially if you add an overgrip. And it has a over 330 swing weight. The Tfight RS is 3 points headlight, has a 67 RA, so there's one of the differences there. The other difference being is that it's lighter. It comes in with an overgrip. Mine came in at 328, with just strings 324. So boasting an over 330 swing weight with such a lightweight frame was not something I was used to, and I actually really enjoyed it. I find the racket great on backhands, serves, volleys, forehands when I actually am able to hit it clean, which we're going to talk about here a little bit later. What really impressed me with it is how it felt. It's reminds me, like, I've been playing things like my Astuzas and my Pumas that are very heavy, 346, 348, 350 grams. Those are the frames that I really enjoy. I have a lot of control with them. I can really kind of swing away with those rackets. Their swing weights are lower, but they have that feel of weight. This gave the illusion of weight. With its balance the way it is and the way it comes through the air, it feels like a heavier frame, but doesn't actually weigh that much. At 328 grams, it's a solid 20 grams lighter than any of my other rackets, but it still feels heavy when it comes through the ball, which is what I really like about it. Very stable. Maneuverability is a little less than others. I would say the E-Zone Tour definitely has probably better maneuverability. But when you compare it to something like, say, the RF97, the Wilson, that comes in at like 355 grams with a 337 swing weight, it's different because this is 324 with a 331 swing weight. That's a big jump, a big drop in weight, but not really sacrificing the swing weight, which to me is what I was really interested in when I got it. And I've really enjoyed it. I've played it in 4 different matches now. It's been good. Right now, this is my top racket in my bag. This is the one I pull out. So I do pretty much everything well with it when I hit correctly. Forehand still being the struggle. Here in a moment, though, we are going to switch some camera views, and we're going to talk about what's the struggles we've still been having with the forehand, struggles that we've had ever since we came back. Backhands have come back, serves have come back, volleys have been better than they ever were when I was younger. Overheads are great, but forehands still seem to be the struggle, and I think some of it has to do with that I hit a flatter ball. I don't hit a lot of spin, especially on the top spin forehand side. I generally am holding an Eastern grip, and I hit flatter, which again is a great thing with this frame. The Tfight RS 305 seems to be more geared toward a flatter swing style. So off the backhands, I feel really confident with it. Forehands, Who knows? There's a look at it there. That's what we got. So we're going to get a new camera angle here. And we're going to look at how we're coming through the ball off the forehand side. And we're going to talk about what we've been working on over the past, 18 months of trying to figure out why the forehand has not come back to our former glory, why we are still struggling. So things that I've picked up on just through repetition and through practice. Number one, footwork. I've got to get my feet moving. Even when I'm in a transition period, I'm waiting on the ball, I need to be moving a little bit better. I have been working on that, and results are better when my feet are in motion. Big surprise. Another issue we have had is a lot of times getting caught hitting off the back foot. Now you'll see on some of these shots I'm actually stepping forward as I swing through. After ball contact, you'll see me step forward into this right there. I did into the swing after ball contact, and that's me consciously trying to make sure that my weight stays forward into the shot and not back on my heels, which I sometimes have a tendency to do. Oddly enough, those balls usually are pretty good and they go in, but it's not the best way to do it. Another thing we've been working on is trying to develop more of a topspin swing. You'll notice I finish a lot of my swings. I go low to high and then back to low. My racket finishes at my hip. I've put some effort in trying to finish with the swing at the shoulder. So I'm really emphasizing that low to high motion. There, we kind of got it. Still not something that comes naturally to me. Like I said, I have more of a flatter swing style, which is why I finish a lot at the hip. My net clearance on a lot of these shots is a matter of inches. They're landing in the back court, but they're clearing the net by 5-6 inches tops. They don't have that big loop over. There I got caught backpedaling again. But then I heard a nice, driving shot and inside out off of the next ball coming forward. Other issue that we've noticed most recently for us that we've been struggling with is dwell time. I started to pick up that I'm perhaps not keeping the ball on the strings as long as I should, or as long as I am capable of. And a lot of times I think I'm rushing through it and getting the ball off the strings too quickly, which is why I'm having problems getting spin that I want, and sometimes results in me, trampolining the ball out the back of the court. Other issues I have sometimes is that I'm brushing up too early on the ball, which does nothing but that right there and spins it straight into the ground or into the net in most cases. Oh, that was definitely out. That one was definitely out. Oof, move your feet. But that's the things we've kind of been focusing on, and that's kind of why I'm struggling, is it's a lot to focus on. Move your feet, swing high to low, focus on the dwell time. Don't be late. Adjust your grip. Things that I did not used to have to think about when I was a young player that I just did. I now have to think about all of it to have a successful shot. When I do it right, it's a brilliant shot. It's a fantastic shot. I played matches a couple weeks ago against an opponent I've played several times. We've had a couple close outings, and more recently I've been handling pretty easily. And I was hitting some brilliant shots, so much so that he even commented, "How are you even doing that?" He was that, impressed with what was going on with my forehands and backhands. Now at this point here in the video, this little clip here, I've actually switched my grip to a semi-western. I've really made sure to spin it around to try to generate a more looping shot, a more driving ball to the back of the court, dropping in. It is not something that comes naturally. It takes a lot of effort for me to try to, because my hand and my grip just naturally wants to roll itself back to an Eastern grip. But I do enjoy this racket quite a bit, and I am going to continue. Oh, see, there we are, way back on our heel again. We are going to continue working towards a higher rate of consistency with the forehand. That's what's really holding us back in matches right now, is just not being able to effectively pressure our opponents off our backhand side. Or, I'm sorry, off our forehand side. Our backhand side, we're actually doing pretty good with slice and driving shots. So that's all for today, guys. Maybe some more stuff coming up soon with some more vintage rackets. Until then, off the couch and on the courts.